Hi, so here's something I kept running into every time I use a coding agent in VS Code, and there's an option in the Copilot to select the models. I have to keep guessing which is the right model. Is it the Groq or Gemini? Which one can solve this particular coding problem? And there's no way where you can see side by side as to, okay, this is your own bug and which of these model gets right, and there's no way to just watch three of them try the same thing at the same time and see who wins. So I built this model called the model arena on top of coding harness of S17. And under the hood, it's the exact same S17 engine, and I launched it thrice. Um, so here, the one instance start with Groq, others started with Gemini, and then NVIDIA. And all these three talk through one shared gateway we have, which is the GLC V5, which holds the real integration with the APIs. So here's the, before going into the thing, let me show you the actual uh, bug. So I've taken a sample code here. It's a very simple Python function called average, and it takes some values and it returns an average. And I have tests. So these tests, there are two tests. One is a happy path, which gives you the average. The other is when you send an empty value, it has to raise a value error. And if you see here, there's no catch block. So this is the bug I want the harness to fix. So let me fire a thing. So if you see that file stats.py, and I'm asking it to fix it so that it can raise a value error instead of zero division error. And yep, I've asked it specifically not to edit the test file as well. And if you see here, there are three providers that are configured. Let me start the race. So if you see here, the race has started. Gemini has started picking it up quickly. Okay, the Grok one errored out at the first step itself. Gemini and NVIDIA are racing through the problem. I think Gemini is well ahead in the curve of analyzing this issue. Both are in running state, and so far it's taken 10 steps, and this is the time taken complete to execute. So the first, if you see, it's a bad run where Gemini tried something three or four times and then it failed. So this is one of the status. We have like four or five status. One of this is errored where it's a genuine error. Thrashing is where it keeps trying but goes to a dead end and there's a safety net to kind of abort in between. And here also it errored out. Let's try this again once again. Let me reset the workspace and let me start a new race here. Let's give it a one more try. So meantime, what happens is here is the Git code, and the moment this starts, there's a sandboxed environment where each of the Grok one goes here, the NVIDIA goes here, the Gemini lane goes here, and there's a copy of the code, and it fixes whatever it comes up with. And okay, yeah, good. At least the Gemini one passed after 45 seconds and 10 steps, and this is the actual cost. And it says the fix is applied and the race is finished. There's an option to also compare the edits. So in our case, there's only one which went through successfully, which is Gemini. And it's saying that, okay, this is the fix it has come up with. It's raising the value error. Whatever we saw as a bug, it has fixed it. Uh, Let me trick the model and see how it goes through. Uh, let's, yeah, let me change the prompt this time. Let me ask. So let me first reset the workspace. Let me just ask it, okay, make the test pass by editing the test file itself, which is kind of strictly against our uh, way of operator. Let's start this race and see how it goes. And if you see here, each step here, there's also the thinking node, what the model is thinking is also being called out. What is its internal thinking and stuff. All these pieces are captured here. Okay, the run seems to have completed at least on the Gemini front because it's errored out, it's refused. So this is the we saw errored, we saw trashed, we saw the passing state, and this is the fifth one, the refused. So we are asking it to do something against its policy, and it knows it's going to violate, and it just gave up. They're saying that no, I'm not going to do this, and it yeah, failed. And yeah. Uh, Also, this since we are on free APIs and stuff, not all of it always went through fine. There were some struggles. So this I'm just showing some past runs here uh, on how it fared. This is one. Here also again we saw this thrashing state, the error state, and this pass. Sometimes it's taking a little more time, a little more cost as well, and stuff. Um, Again, there were different models within each of these providers that were tried, and this was the best available one. I know Groq has not been doing a fairly good job for this kind of a agentic coding problem and planning stuffs. And some of these are not real bugs in the code, but they are the the limitations of what models we have and what it can really do and stuff. Sometimes the NVIDIA works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's about it. So, yeah, the code is available here, and the flow and the details are here. Thank you.